In the early years of the 20th century, when factories roared and railroads stitched the American landscape together, a young writer named Napoleon Hill stood at the edge of uncertainty. He was not wealthy. He was not powerful. But he was curious about why some people seemed to command fortune as if it were their birthright, while others labored endlessly without reward. That curiosity would become the seed of a philosophy that changed millions of lives: Think and Grow Rich. This is not merely a story about money. It is a story about the invisible forces that shape destiny: belief, desire, persistence, imagination, and faith. It is a story about unlocking success from within. The beginning of a quest. In 1908, a life-changing encounter set everything in motion. Hill was given the opportunity to interview one of the wealthiest and most powerful men in the world at that time, Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie, a titan of the steel industry, had risen from poverty in Scotland to unimaginable riches in America. Yet what fascinated Hill most was not Carnegie's wealth, it was his mindset. Carnegie believed success was not an accident. It followed certain principles. And if those principles could be identified, they could be taught. During their conversation, Carnegie challenged Hill with a bold proposal: dedicate 20 years to studying the habits and philosophies of the most successful individuals of the era. No pay, no guarantees, only the possibility of discovering a universal formula for achievement. Hill accepted. That decision would become the foundation of what later became Think and Grow Rich, a book that went on to sell millions of copies and influence generations of entrepreneurs, leaders, and dreamers. Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Hill's research led him to a powerful truth: every achievement begins with desire. Not a casual wish, not a fleeting thought, but a burning, obsessive desire. He found this trait in inventors, business leaders, and pioneers. For example, Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the practical electric light bulb. To outsiders, he appeared stubborn. To himself, he was simply pursuing a definite purpose. Desire transforms ordinary people into unstoppable forces. It compels action. It fuels persistence. It makes setbacks temporary. If you want to unlock success, you must begin with a clear and specific goal. Not, I want to be successful, but I will earn this amount, or I will build this company, or I will master this skill. The subconscious mind responds to clarity. Faith, belief in the unseen. Desire alone is not enough. It must be supported by faith. Faith, in Hill's philosophy, is not merely religious. It is the absolute conviction that what you envision will become reality. It is belief before proof. Consider the Wright brothers. Before the world believed in human flight, before scientific communities endorsed them, before investors lined up, they believed. And belief sustained their experiments. Hill taught that faith could be developed through repetition and affirmations. By repeatedly telling yourself your goal is achievable, you impress that belief upon your subconscious mind. When belief becomes strong enough, it alters behavior. It increases confidence. It influences how you speak, how you carry yourself, and how you respond to challenges. Your outer world begins to reflect your inner certainty. Autosuggestion, programming the mind. The human mind is programmable. Hill referred to this process as autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is the practice of feeding your subconscious mind with thoughts that align with your goals. The mind does not easily distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. This is why visualization is so powerful. Elite performers today use visualization techniques to mentally rehearse success. Athletes imagine crossing finish lines. Entrepreneurs imagine successful launches. Leaders imagine impactful speeches. The process is simple. Write your goal clearly. Read it daily with emotion. Visualize its achievement. Emotion is crucial. The subconscious responds more strongly to feelings than logic. When thought and emotion combine, belief strengthens. And belief drives action. Specialized knowledge, the power of learning. Hill discovered that general knowledge alone rarely leads to wealth. What matters is specialized knowledge, specific skills applied toward a definite purpose. For instance, Henry Ford was not a mechanical genius in every technical sense. But he understood systems, efficiency, and organization. He surrounded himself with experts and focused on applying knowledge effectively. In today's world, specialized knowledge may include digital skills, communication abilities, financial literacy, or leadership expertise. Information is abundant. Application is rare. Success comes to those who learn strategically and apply decisively. Imagination, the workshop of the mind. Every invention, every business, every movement begins in imagination. Hill described two forms: synthetic imagination, rearranging existing ideas into new combinations; creative imagination, flashes of inspiration that seem to arise from beyond conscious reasoning. Take Alexander Graham Bell. The telephone was once a radical idea. It began as imagination before it became technology. Imagination allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It allows you to envision solutions before they exist. Without imagination, progress stagnates. Organized planning, turning thought into action. Ideas alone are powerless without action. Hill emphasized creating a definite plan and adjusting it when necessary. Many people fail not because their goals are impossible, but because their plans are inflexible. Success often requires trial and error, strategic alliances, feedback, continuous improvement. Failure is not defeat, it is information. When plans fail, revise them. When obstacles arise, adapt. Persistence combined with intelligent planning creates unstoppable momentum. Persistence, the bridge between desire and reality. Persistence separates dreamers from achievers. Hill observed that many people quit at the first sign of difficulty. But success often lies just beyond temporary defeat. Consider entrepreneurs who build companies from garages or small apartments. Their early months are filled with rejection, doubt, and financial strain. But persistence turns small efforts into significant breakthroughs. Persistence is strengthened by clear purpose, strong desire, self-confidence, supportive alliances. When your why is powerful, your endurance increases. The mastermind principle. One of Hill's most revolutionary ideas was the mastermind principle, the coordination of knowledge and effort between two or more people working toward a definite purpose. He found that successful individuals rarely operate alone. They collaborate. They share ideas. They support one another. Carnegie had advisors. Ford had engineers. Edison had researchers. A mastermind group amplifies intelligence. It creates accountability. It generates energy. When aligned minds unite, the result is greater than the sum of its parts. The subconscious mind and emotional energy. Hill believed the subconscious mind acts as a bridge between thought and reality. It absorbs repeated ideas and influences behavior accordingly. He also emphasized the transformative power of emotion, particularly the redirection of strong emotional energy into productive pursuits. Creative energy, when channeled into ambition and innovation, fuels extraordinary achievements. Instead of allowing emotion to cause distraction, successful individuals convert it into drive. Your emotional intensity can either weaken you or empower you. Direction makes the difference. The sixth sense, intuitive insight. After years of discipline and mental conditioning, many successful individuals report experiencing moments of intuitive clarity, what Hill called the sixth sense. It is the quiet inner voice guiding decisions. The sudden idea that feels certain. The instinct that prevents costly mistakes. Intuition often develops after sustained effort and mental focus. It is the mind synthesizing experience, knowledge, and subconscious processing into insight. Listening to that voice can accelerate success. Fear, the hidden enemy. Hill identified 6 basic fears that sabotage achievement. Fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of ill health, fear of loss of love, fear of old age, fear of death. Among them, fear of poverty and fear of criticism are the most paralyzing. Fear breeds indecision. Indecision breeds doubt. Doubt breeds inaction. To unlock success, one must confront fear directly, through confidence, preparation, and action. Action dissolves fear faster than contemplation. Success is a mindset before it is a result. Perhaps the most powerful lesson from Think and Grow Rich is this. Wealth begins in the mind. Before money appears in a bank account, it exists as a thought. Before a business launches, it exists as a vision. Before achievement becomes visible, it exists as belief. Hill's philosophy teaches that success is not reserved for the lucky or privileged. It is accessible to those who discipline their thinking. Your circumstances may influence your starting point, but your thoughts determine your direction. Unlocking your success today. In today's digital age, opportunities are greater than ever. The tools available would have amazed Hill's generation. Yet the principles remain unchanged. To unlock your success, define your burning desire clearly. Cultivate unwavering faith. Program your subconscious with autosuggestion. Acquire specialized knowledge. Use imagination boldly. Create organized plans. Persist through setbacks. Surround yourself with a mastermind group. Confront fears directly. Trust your intuition. These are not quick tricks. They are disciplines. The legacy of a philosophy. When Think and Grow Rich was first published in 1937, during the shadows of economic hardship, it offered hope. It suggested that wealth was not solely a matter of external conditions but internal mastery. Over decades, entrepreneurs, leaders, athletes, and artists have credited its teachings for reshaping their mindset. The philosophy endures because it addresses a universal truth: thought is creative power. You become what you think about consistently. Final reflection. Imagine standing where Hill once stood, at the beginning of a long, uncertain journey. You may not know every step. You may not have every resource. But you possess something powerful: your mind. Within it lies imagination, belief, determination, and creativity. When directed with purpose, these forces reshape reality. Success is not merely earned through labor. It is engineered through thought. The journey to riches, whether financial, personal, or spiritual, begins with a single decision. To think differently. To believe boldly. To persist relentlessly. And when you do, you unlock not just wealth, but your fullest potential.